Okay, aloha. So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about readability, which is something that's very important in web files because we have been talking about in the other units about um, typography and font principles and the different parts to do with fonts. And so another important factor of this is to make sure that our font is readable. So, so, yep, it is very important that designers take readability as a crucial aspect when working with typography. Maintaining appropriate use of font size, case, weight, and style. Also using proper line height, line length, and paragraph alignment when formatting your paragraph. Readability is key to capturing, retaining, and informing your audience. So, a question I have to ask first of all is, can you read this paragraph? This one right here. Some of you can, but a lot of people might not be able to read this. The font is too small, so we have to do a few things. There's a number of things that we can do to this paragraph to make it more readable. So firstly, we're going to adjust the font size. So we are going to highlight this whole paragraph, Control All, and then drop down key, we're going to bring it to 18-point font. Now that's a lot better. You can see the words and the different fundamentals of the fonts a lot easier now. We can identify what letter is which, and yes, so there's other things that you can do to fonts. We can modify the case. So this is uppercase and lowercase. So when you have it like this, it's kind of a bit harder to read because all the fonts are the same height, and there isn't the different heights in the fonts that you would have with having different caps of the letters. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it into back to normal. So as you can see, this is a lot easier. So uppercase letters are usually used at the beginning of sentences or for naming things, and that's the best guide to when using fonts. So next, what we're going to talk about is weight. So weight is different weight is either bold or light light fonts. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change the fonts because I actually have a font that doesn't let me change the weight of the fonts. So I'm going to change it to anti-pastel and then change it to a bigger size so you can read it a lot better. So light fonts, as I'm going to show you, is like that. So it's a lot thinner, a lot lighter, and it looks a lot more bunched together. And bold is used just like that. It's a lot thicker, and when I know that bold is used a lot more common to place emphasis on words or paragraphs. So that's the use of bolding your letters and your typography. And if you want to put it in all uppercase, that gives it a lot more emphasis also. And next, we're going to go on to talk about style, which is italics or regular. So we'll go turn to a different font where we can use italics. Just like that. So it's the slanted writing. and this is commonly used to define or to provide emphasis. It also provides emphasis like bolding does. So it also, yeah, you can, a lot of papers they quote things in italics, so it's also something to add emphasis. So as I mentioned before, that you also have to take into consideration the use of proper line height, line length, and paragraph. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show how to modify paragraph spacing. So I've clicked on paragraph, and then I'm going to increase the spacing of this, indenting at the bottom, indenting at the top left. This is indenting the whole paragraph, and this is indenting the top. Okay, so, and then now I'm going to show you paragraph alignment. So these buttons right over here, these are how you align a paragraph. So this will align to the center, this aligns the paragraph to the right side, and there's all these different kinds as well right over here. This is really nice when you want to organize your paragraphs and your fonts and your typography into a certain manner, so they give you these kinds of options as well, and this is really effective when writing different kinds of articles or papers, or it depends on what you're going to be writing. A lot of magazine columns, magazine articles, they put their alignment to the right, like with a lot of papers, but there are some, like poems, are always most times aligned center. And yeah, so there's just different uses for alignment as well, and this all goes together with helping to make font more readable and more accessible for viewers. You can also do this as well to your text boxes. You can make it smaller and taller to bring your paragraphs a lot closer together, and it just gives a better effect as well. Helps it to be easier to read, because it looks like you don't have to read that much because it's in a smaller space, and it also leaves room for other things as well. What a lot of books do and a lot of articles, and especially newspapers do, is they make the first letter of a word bigger than the rest. So it helps with readability as well, and it helps to show the readers that it's a new paragraph and a new article that they're going to be reading about. And then so what I've just done right now, or what I'm doing, is I have just italicized readability. So this gives emphasis on the word, and it just makes the paragraph a lot easier to read. So this is my video for readability. Thank you for your time to watch my video. Mahalo!